1200 zenny for a warp? That's outrageous! Today, I'm gonna build a base. So, what is a base? It's basically just a place where you save all your characters and warpers so that you can get to anywhere in the world really fast and really cheap. Why make a base? Because it makes traveling fast and cheap, and it saves a lot of time and zenny in the long run. A warp from the Caphra can cost up to 1700 zenny, but a discounted blue gem is always just 456. How do you make a base? I'm glad you asked. Well, let's do this. The first thing we have to do is choose a location. Think of all the save spots in the world and pick one that you like. It can be anywhere. Maybe you like the music in Lao Yang or the scenery in Aldebaran. Here's a list of things I like to consider when choosing a save spot. How far away is the Caphra storage and tool dealer? Is there an inn, a repairman, an upgrade shop, a PvP warper? Maybe I like to PvP. What special supplies does the tool dealer have? Blue gems or berserk potions, for example. What other cool stuff does my spot have? For example, Payon has gems, arrows, and juice crafting. Geffen has bowls that alchemists need. I chose Payon Inn. Your choice doesn't have to be permanent, and it's easy to change locations later if you want. It's time to make some acolytes. Give them any names you want. You can even name them for the warps they're going to have. I like to give them all different hair because it helps me remember who has which warps. Each acolyte only needs to reach job level 8 to get warp portal, so it shouldn't take terribly long to finish them all. If you want to go the extra mile, I recommend getting increase agi level 1 or 2, so that when we warp ourselves, we can speed us along to wherever we're going. Once we've made our acolytes, it's time to make a list of all the places in the world that we might want to go. This list will grow over time as we get stronger and new expansions are implemented, but for now, this is a good start. With 3 acolytes, I can memo 9 different places. If I utilize their save points, I can stretch that to 12 places. That won't be enough to memo every location I want, but with some small compromises, I can fit more. For example, pyramids and sphinx are really close to each other. I might eventually like to have separate warps for those locations, but for now I can just memo somewhere in the middle. Depending on your server, some maps might have warps disabled. In that case, just try to find the nearest place you can. One small warning though, I wouldn't recommend memoing on a spawn cell, because that makes you more vulnerable to skill abuse. You can fetch the memos you want and give them to your warper acolytes, who will hold them safe for you in the base for all time. The warper acolytes never need to leave the base, so they will never need to warp back to it. This allows us to utilize the acolyte's save point as a 4th warp. Just be careful, because if you accidentally jump into your own warp, you're gonna need rescue. Sometimes different locations in the warp list have identical or ambiguous names, like Sograt Desert or Geffen Field. If I'm having trouble remembering my warps, sometimes it's helpful to label the acolyte with a party name that I can check whenever I forget where the warps go. Over time you might want to add more warpers, or an Endow Sage, or maybe a Soul Linker, or a Priest to buff yourself. Just remember to restock your acolytes with blue gems regularly and you're good to go. Also, please tell me all the best warper names and puns you can think of for warping and portals so that I can steal them. Peace.